Let's try this because I'm not sure what's up. But why is there that much light in here? Hold on. I think what I'm going to try doing, because doing so many different things and there's pain. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Like I know what we said about that Rush Limbaugh and then his comment about the Pope and everything. I mean, I do. I know what I said anyway, though I can't find it. But I mean, we could just say what we said, if and then see if you like that or that's what you want. Because see, I did think that was. Look, here's a story, okay. But it's a Rush Limbaugh made a comment that the Pope is like a Marxist or something. That he made this comment on his radio show, that the Pope, because he's talking about inequality and he's very focused on like the economic inequality. It's something he's talking about a lot. That Rush Limbaugh said on his show that the Pope is like involved with Marxism. Okay, and now here's the thing. The news and commentary and whatever anyone is hearing about this, what they're perceiving is that there's something people don't know about Rush Limbaugh, and it's really important as far as what he's saying about the Pope, because we have the Pope is sort of a new kind of like postmodern Pope Francis is some kind of, it's very different. What do you mean? He appears to be like a real. This is like the postmodern sort of Pope. I mean, it's really unique. A bunch of things he's done that just in terms of a variety of things, in terms of the way he's like sort of there's a variety of things that are really like cool and indicate that this is like a new sort of, this is like it's let me just put it this way, that to say something negative about this particular Pope is really not acceptable. But what's being reported on and perceived is about that Rush Limbaugh made this comment that the Pope's interest in the economic divide and the fact that he's talking about that the Pope is like a Marxist. Okay, here's the thing and then it would be reported to people, like, let's say someone doesn't like Rush Limbaugh. Here's this news. Rush Limbaugh said another thing, some crazy thing, and maybe they don't, to report it that way. It's something a radio show host said about the Pope, but it doesn't have much, sort of meaning or something. Let me explain something that people don't know about Rush Limbaugh and why his comment about the Pope will look a little different. It's very important what people do not know about this individual, okay? Rush Limbaugh is someone who's, like, from the standpoint of, like, people who, are, like, our TV and whatever you're reading or whatever, any media, he's treated by people who don't listen to him and stuff, or don't, are a Republican or whatever it is, as kind of someone to be made fun of, and, he's Rush Limbaugh's up to this now, he said this, like, it's sort of like a radio personality that, these sort of, like, a liberal or a Democrat or something would be making fun of, like, that's the way in which you'd know if you didn't like, like, if you don't like Rush Limbaugh, or you don't vote Republican, or whatever it is, that he's someone to sort of be mocked or made fun of. What people don't understand about Rush Limbaugh, and it's so dangerous that they don't know it, but now that he's made a statement like that about the Pope, and that he's used the word Marxism, listen, this is really important, but to call the Pope, but also that he called the Pope, that he's involved with Marxism, okay? Rush Limbaugh is actually the role he plays in the Republican Party, okay, and the role he plays not only in the Republican Party, but with serious people, like, lots of people are in our sort of public, but no. There are people who have that are lawyers. There are people with a master's degree in tax law who vote Republican. There are all kinds of very serious people who vote Republican. Okay, that is okay. And Rush Limbaugh, he actually is a major figure not in the Republican Party. Okay, that is, and with people who vote Republican. But listen, it's a unique thing where he's actually a major serious figure in the Republican Party and among conservative movements, and even to the point where the party, he's kind of like a party boss. Okay, he's not. He's not. It's not. This isn't like crazy right wing radio or conservative radio or a radio personality. That's not the correct way to understand who this is. And this is the one thing people do not know. He is taken very seriously. He's considered like a party boss, a voice of the party. People of all levels of education and awareness who vote Republican listen to him. Okay, he's sort of he's taken seriously by the Republican Party. He plays a major role in the party, and all kinds of people who are highly intelligent listen to him like as a kind of voice of the Republican Party. Okay, so that's what's one thing is not known, that's to make fun of him or something like that is to misperceive the danger that he poses when he says all kinds of things. Okay, now here's the thing. Also, that he claims that the Pope, because he's worried about the economic divide, is a Marxist. Okay, because of the way our country is and things, and people often say, they use that term all kinds of ways and everything. But in other words, for this figure who's a figure in the Republican Party to accuse it's the first pope that's done a variety of things, but that he really is focused on the fact that the class divide economically is getting to the point where, particularly like in our country now has the social structure of South America. Okay, and the degree to which this neoliberal project has divided it's actually unprecedented what we're living through now. The Pope apparently and especially with his comments about other things, sort of is involved in reality in a way that is not what he's not just it's a different kind of pope, and that's amazing. It'd be very good for the spiritual growth of our country and for a bunch of things that there is such a pope at this time. But the fact that Rush Limbaugh has said on his show something about the Pope, and that the Pope's interest in economic inequality, like in places like America where there shouldn't be, okay, it's not okay that he said that. It's not okay that he said that, but if you don't realize who he is, it's not just he's not a shock jock. He's not he's not a normal radio show host. Okay, he's the voice of the Republican Party and has weight. What he says has weight within the party. He's like a party boss. And people who the idea that he is saying that when the Pope speaks about economic inequality and speaks about it here, okay, in the richest society that now has a social structure like this, that can't be that has to be reacted to immediately. That is unacceptable. That's unacceptable. There are people with master's degrees in economics. There are people who work for think tanks who listen to Rush Limbaugh, the Republican candidates, and the whole party views him as a figure both to be listened to and to set the message. That is not okay that he said that, if you understand who he is, that he said that the Pope is a Marxist, because that is not okay. We all, as a nation as a whole, have to be concerned that our society no longer resembles anything that anyone think. This does not look like America, and it's taken place over 30 years, and the economic divide, the fact that it's like the Dust Bowl for most people, mass homelessness and unemployment of people who never thought they'd be in that position. There were what used to be called Hoover towns. They're simply now referred to as tent cities all over. There was one over here by the train tracks. Let me tell you, people who are regular people who've ended up living in tent cities, much of the people who are homeless and sleeping in the cold and don't have blankets are returning soldiers. It has to do with structural economic changes to our economy, and one of the things that has to happen is the country has to grow up about their awareness of political economy, okay? That's part of the way we're not living in reality in this country, that people don't talk seriously about what's happened because it's structural, okay? it is not okay that Rush Limbaugh said that, and it's not just someone making a shocking comment about the Pope. He's a major figure in the Republican Party. He's like a party boss, and that can't be allowed to happen, that he can say something like that about the Pope and about the statement he's made about the economic divide in all the societies that's getting bigger.